Hello, everyone. How is it going? How's it going? Welcome to Asia Teaches Me Things. If you're new here, my name is Asia, and I'm a customer experience specialist here at Switcher Studio. And I'm really excited to hang out with you and just talk about some fun things about Switcher. And maybe you'll learn a couple things. Maybe I'll learn a couple things. Who knows? But I can't do this alone. I definitely have to have my good friend Claire and also an awesome team member over at Switcher Studio. Claire, hello. How's it
Hi.
going? Oh my goodness.
Good. How are you doing, Asia?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Oh my gosh. I am really excited to do this today.
Me too. It's so nice to be in the office, and
I know.
we were talking earlier. We have all of our coworkers actually in the office today because we're having a co-working um, time, I
That's
guess.
awesome. Oh my gosh. How is that? How's it? I wish I was there, but how is it being with
Oh,
people from the team?
it's great. It's really nice. Typically,
Good.
we're pretty remote, so it's nice to be able to all get together and hang
Yeah.
out and in between work. So yeah, it's
That's
fun.
awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
Well, today is gonna be a fun, probably quick stream, but I'm excited to talk about this nonetheless because it is something that will make live streaming way more smooth and like help you keep your sanity. But we're talking about using production groups, how to organize them, or how to add like your B-roll and your graphics, your titles, whatever you're bringing into your asset panel in your switching app. We're going to talk about that today. So, are you pretty familiar with production groups, or how are you feeling about this?
So I feel like I'm at a probably like a 6 knowledge
Okay,
point out
yeah.
of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I do know I've used them very briefly, and they
Mm-hmm.
are so much easier. It definitely cuts down on the clutter
Mm-hmm.
and help me stay sane
Yeah.
last time I live streamed because you can organize and make things sort of briefly disappear out of your site so you don't accidentally click the
So
wrong
nice. Yeah.
asset. So
So
yeah, it's
embarrassing.
awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely done that
Oh my
before.
gosh. Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah,
Speaking of
no.
embarrassing, have you had any like embarrassing live stream moments? I know this is like off topic and like throwing you a curveball, but I'm just
um
curious.
yes. Weirdly it was not here though.
Oh,
It was
okay.
at my previous job, and we were it was kind of mid pandemic, so we were figuring out the like remote event space.
Uh huh.
So we kind of jerry rigged something with Zoom, and I'm sad to say not Switcher. Maybe we would have
Maybe
avoided
even
some
better.
of the
Yeah.
headaches. But yeah, I was sort of playing assistant to someone who was emceeing the event,
Uh huh.
and we were in a room that was not on the beaten path. It was
Okay.
like very like unobtrusive, so
Okay.
very much thought nobody would ever walk into this space. No one would think to
Never.
open it. It was
Never.
like a basically a supply closet that
Okay.
nobody used. And sure enough, the live stream started, and I was thinking in my head, oh, maybe we should have like blocked that off or put a
Yeah.
sign up out front, but surely no one's going to come in or try to come in.
They'll be fine.
Midstream, it was locked, but the door was a double door that kind of like opened out,
Uh huh.
and somebody started like trying to open the door, and they were like pushing on it so you could see the door moving. It was making this super loud sound,
Oh my
and I was
gosh.
on one side of the MC, and I had to had to crawl under the camera to
Oh
get
my
to the door
gosh.
to like hold it shut. It was not my finest hour, but
Hey, you got through it though. That's a great
learning
story.
experience.
I feel like whenever you get into streaming or even just like any content creation, like part of or one of the like values you learn is like flexibility and humility. I feel like those two go hand in hand as you just like try to
Absolutely.
shamelessly do what needs to be done.
Oh, 100%. Well, and yeah, I mean, you see all those videos on
Yeah.
social of like behind the scenes of like being a photographer or a
Yeah.
videographer,
Right.
and even some of the things I've seen. Dan, our videographer here, do to get that perfect shot. It is funny. The behind the scenes is very, very different than sort of the beautiful outcome of what happens afterwards. But yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, good job. Way to get through it.
Yeah. What about you, Asia? Have you had any
yes.
embarrassing
Oh my gosh.
moments?
I've shared it on some Switcher stream in the past, but I feel like it lives in infamy, so it deserves to be shared again. There was one time, I don't remember like what account on Twitter posted that, some like streaming like software or hardware, now I don't remember, like some like industry account was like, hey, share, it's like National Selfie Day, share a selfie of you and your setup. And I was like, you know what, I had just started working for Switcher probably 6 months prior to this, or within 6 months, and I was like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna show my setup and I'm gonna like promote Switcher Studio here on this like industry channel. Like it'd be a cool way to like talk about Switcher in a space that like doesn't like talk about it as much. Yeah, organic, totally organic and not like calculated, but
not pre-planned or
no, never. But I was like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna do the selfie using Switcher, and then I'm gonna take a screenshot of like my switching device, and like I'll have like a selfie with one of the remote cams. And at the time I had my my cooking stream set up, so on my top down cam, so I was like leaning under or like on top of the island, like trying to look up at the camera, taking a picture, and it was like really hard to like align it correctly because I couldn't really see what I was doing, and I kept going over and over again. And then I was like, okay, let me like check my screenshots. But before I closed out the app, I like noticed I had the like comments tab open, and I had gone live on Twitch.
Oh no.
And like, but it's like so awkward. Like I didn't have any of the audio set up, so it's just like the internal mic going like, you can hear me go like just making like weird ASMR noises that you make when you're trying to adjust yourself, and I wasn't like really saying any words, and there people are like, Asia, are you okay?
Are you okay?
So
you need help?
Yeah,
do we need to call
what's wrong
someone for you?
So that was a very embarrassing moment,
gosh.
but at least like it was among friends, I guess, in a sense.
Yes,
so.
100%. I feel like you do have a very strong community of friends on there, so I'm sure they were just more worried than anything else. Yeah, that's hilarious. Sounds like something I would do for sure.
I really hope I never like have an experience that tops that story, but I'm sure it'll happen someday.
I mean, it'll be a different thing, the next time.
Right.
But unfortunately, none of us can escape embarrassing moments.
That's fine.
As much as we'd like to.
But we can make it less embarrassing, or at least less stressful, by talking about and implementing production groups. Isn't that great? Like a segue. So
a great transition.
Thank you.
So smooth.
Well, let me go ahead and switch over to my switching device display. And also, do you like that stinger transition? Because I really love it. It's so cool.
I love the fact that you can customize it sort of to whatever you want to put in there.
Right.
I mean, you could do your logo like we have, or, if you have a favorite team. I know it's football season. I'm not a football fan. You probably shouldn't be admitting that, but yeah, you could put your favorite team on there. You could put, I don't know, just anything you want, any interest and emoji.
What I would love to see is like if someone, I've seen like people watching through Gilmore Girls lately for the first time, and I've seen like people do podcasts of like first time watch through blah blah. It'd be so fun if someone used that for like some fandom podcast, and they just like, you just see Luke's head spinning or something. That would be amazing.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, those TikToks are funny, and it is funny as someone who watched it when it was live. Probably sharing my age, but it was such a good show. But it is interesting to see sort of the context of like it from 2022,
right? How well it aged.
Some things surprisingly aged well, but other things are like, ooh,
like all right.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. All right. Well, before I get started, just a reminder, we totally welcome your questions. We are happy to answer questions here, but if you could help us out, if you could just ask questions regarding the content we're talking about today, so anything relating to production groups or maybe the asset panel, but we totally get that, like, everyone has more questions than just the topic we're talking about, but feel free to write into our support team over at Switcher Studio. If you just do support@switcherstudio.com, send us an email, or you can just open the app or dashboard and send us a little message there. We'd be happy to answer any and all of your questions. We have an awesome team, which I'm a part of. Like, hopefully I don't mean to brag, but I'm really proud of our team. I think they are great, like, support. Claire is also great support. She's always answering some one-off questions that happen in the social media world of Switcher, which is super cool. Yeah, she's awesome. I'm glad that she's here.
Oh, thank you, Asia. And I was also going to say, you can also direct message us in Facebook, if that's easier for you, if you're already there.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I think I'm probably teasing something, but I think we're going to have on YouTube at least a place or another live stream series. So stay tuned for more information about that, where you'll be able to ask questions and live again. So
so exciting.
We'll have more information, but that'll be coming up soon. So
yeah. Oh my gosh. Cool. All right, let me talk about this a little bit. As you can see, I have quite a few assets here. Not a ton. I know this is not as overwhelming as past times where I've had like probably like at least 25 items in this asset panel or the sources panel. But I do have some assets that are for this particular live stream series, but I also stream on my own on like Twitch and other places. And so I have some graphics that I've made for that channel, and I don't really want them together because, like Claire said, like it's kind of embarrassing when you like end up tapping something, especially if it has nothing to do with the stream content. So like I have this really cute picture of my dog Pocky and her dog cousin, my brother's dog Isla, and I don't really need that to be displayed necessarily on other streams. So maybe we can.
Maybe you do.
Yeah, maybe we do. Maybe you do.
Pocky is kind of like our unofficial Switcher Studio mascot.
Yeah,
so.
she's the best. But I love the production group options, and if you even have used production groups in the past but you like haven't noticed any of the like current updates that we've had, it's really cool. I'm really excited. So first of all, you can create a production group in a couple different ways. You can either long press your asset that you want to put in a group, and then you can go into production group down at the bottom of that settings panel and then add a group here, which I can do. But another way that you can add a group, especially if you don't have any, is just going down to the second to the left icon and tap it, and then tap edit groups, and then you'll see there's no groups here, so I can just add a new group. So I'm just gonna make one that's called Pocky because she deserves. She's a queen.
She gets her own.
Yeah, she gets her own. And so we've always had, well, ever since we released production groups, like that's kind of where it ends. And then you can like go into the settings of each asset and select which production group you want to go into. But now you can just like hold onto your asset and drag it in, which is super cool. I think that's like way like such a nice like efficient upgrade to production groups. And I'm going to go ahead and add a couple more groups. Let's add one for Asia. It's weird talking about myself in the third person, sort of, kind of. It's fine. Asia teaches me things. And then
I've started abbreviating it ATMT. So
I like
you could
that.
also do that, like
it kind of makes me
America's
sound like
Next Top Model.
Yeah, exactly. I like how our brains went in different directions because you were like America's Best Top Model, and I was thinking like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh, well, that too. I mean, yeah.
One or the other.
Both.
Yeah.
It could be
both and. Okay, then we'll do one for Asia the Girl, which is my my Twitch channel. I can't spell.
And you all
The
should
girl.
definitely check her out
Oh,
if you
thank you.
haven't already.
I wasn't gonna like. Oh, I spelled my name wrong. I'll fix that later. I don't know if I can actually. That's a nice update. Is like I wish that we could change that. So I'll talk about how to delete groups in a second. So that was a good accident to happen. Okay. So now we have 4 different production groups, and I want to get rid of the Asua, the girl, because that's not my name. So the way to either hide it is I would tap on this little eye icon to remove it from my production panel, or if I just want to get rid of it altogether, I can just tap edit and then tap this minus icon and then just tap remove. Which is
that's
nice.
so nice.
I know.
Yeah.
Really, really
I don't
simple.
think I realized that you could have it listed and created, but just not
Hide
have
it
it
away.
visible
Yeah.
in the sources panel. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super nice because this in particular, production groups are great if you have different shows that you do, or if you like are a streaming company and you work with different clients and you want like different assets for different like things. You can create all your groups, and if you don't necessarily want to delete them, but you just want them out of view, you can go ahead and use that hide icon option. And because if you don't hide them, you will see the name listed here. But if you delete them or just hide them, like they'll go away. But if I wanted like Pocky, so cute, but we're gonna like hide her for a second. If I wanted her to continue to be in the production panel, sources panel. I don't know. Sorry, that's my bad. I keep meaning to say sources panel, and then so many things come out of my mouth.
It is kind of like where you produce it, though.
Yeah,
technically, that whole section. So
yeah,
totally
exactly.
Understandable.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and hide her. So I'm just gonna tap on this arrow button that's in the bar that says Pocky, and that will just like minimize the group, but I'll still see the group name. So if I want to see what's in that production group, I can go ahead and tap that again. And now I can go ahead and put things in the right categories. So I will put this card, right here. And then this can go into Asia the Girl. And then it's so simple. Like you can for sure just go into each like setting of each asset and do your thing. But this is like a way faster way of doing this. And when I saw this update, I was like, my life is forever changed. This is the best thing ever.
That is nice. It's nice to have to like manually do the other.
I know. Oh my goodness. So that is how, yeah. So it's such a quick way of like, I don't even know when we started doing this once I started sharing the screen. But that is such a fast way to very easily like hide things. So like I said, since we're doing Asia Teaches Me Things, if I don't want Asia the Girl to be showing right now, I can just go and hide Asia the Girl. And then look, she's gone.
Nice.
But then it does also remind you at the bottom that you have one hidden production group, which is a great reminder because sometimes you can just forget.
Oh, that's
especially
good.
If you have a ton of assets.
Oh, yes. Well, and I'm just thinking like some of our users are sports broadcasting, so they might have like 20 teams that they're responsible for, and then you're like, oh, I thought I had created that. Oh, wait, I did.
Like, yes, I'm a genius.
Yes. That would be a nice surprise, wouldn't it?
Right.
Like
Oh
you're like,
gosh.
I think
I wish
did
that was
work.
Okay, maybe like one time out of
99.
One time out of 100,
Yeah.
I will be like, oh, I already made this, but most of the time it's not the case.
Yeah.
I want that luck to happen to me more often.
Oh my gosh, me too. It's like that, $20 bill you find in your pocket every blue moon where you're like, oh,
what a good day.
So I know. It's like, oh, past me was really looking out for future me.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Did you have any questions about production groups?
Well, I did want to know, I think I asked this last time too, but just to confirm, when you close out, your production group saves.
Yes. Super nice. You don't have to do all, like, even as quick as that was, what's even quicker is only having to do it once. And then once you close the app and open it up, it's like all there. So everything will save. All of those production group settings will save, which is super helpful.
Nice. Well, yeah, that's always my biggest thing. Just being in social media and like sometimes you type something out and then you hit the wrong button or you minimize or what happens to me is I have so many tabs. I'm like, I
Right.
lost where I was concocting that
Yeah. Who knows
post
where it
or
went?
tweet or whatever. And then you're like, oh, now I have to start over. So that's always going to be something that I ask about
Yeah.
probably. But yeah, I mean, I think, you know, is this something that you can do also from the cloud?
Mm-hmm.
You or
That's a
is
good
this just
question.
only in the app?
Yeah.
Does what you do in the cloud, I'm assuming if we can do it,
Mm-hmm.
translates into what happens on the app too.
Yeah, that's
So,
a great question. I think that's a fantastic feature request. Unfortunately, at this time, there isn't a way to create production groups in the cloud and migrate them all over. But I love that idea. It is nice that you can import like assets into your production groups that are, from Switcher Cloud. But unfortunately, we can't like bring entire collections or groups over. But I like that idea, Claire. Good job.
well, maybe dev team.
Yeah. Hello.
You'll be hearing from us later. Well, let me actually see if we had any questions so far
Sure.
for the viewers watching. It might
Hello,
be kind of a
viewers.
quiet, I know, might be kind of a quiet day today, but
Oh, that's fine. Oh,
we,
everyone's just loving Stinger transition. I know, it's
I
pretty great.
know it is great. Do you all have any other favorite transitions that you've been
Oh my
using?
goodness. The Stinger is pretty awesome. I have not, but I really want a use case for the star transition. I think it's just so like fun and glamorous. Maybe I'll make like a when I do my like fun Pocky stream, I'll just make the
Yes.
transition to all stars. Only
Oh
stars.
my gosh, you should, but I think you should also bring in his face or her face
Yeah.
and put it
Oh
in the
my
singer.
god. That is a
Yes.
great idea, Claire. Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
Hmm. So I was gonna, I think somebody asked, are we able to bring in Clubhouse into the studio? And I'm
Okay.
not really sure what that's referring to.
Maybe is it that Clubhouse app? Like it's like a video conferencing app.
Oh,
Not it's not
yes.
video conferencing, but I don't really know what to do. It's like its own category.
Hmm.
There's not like an integration to bring Clubhouse into Switcher, but you can always like iOS screen share, depending on what your use case is. I'm sure someone can send an article in the comments about how to do iOS screen sharing, but that would be my suggestion. If you're just trying to get like the are you just trying to get like the comments into your stream for your use case? But that would be my suggestion. There's not like not an integration, but iOS screen sharing is where it's at.
Yes. So I guess we are trying to answer some questions about production groups specifically. So one question that did come in was, and maybe you already touched on this, but can you change around the order of the production groups
Yes.
after they've
Oh
been
yeah.
created?
That's a great question. Yeah. So if you go back down to this like second to bottom or second to left bottom icon and tap edit groups again, you can definitely change the order by tapping edit. For this case, I'm gonna like not hide that. Edit, and then these like 3-line bar things. If you just hold on to it, you can drag around your production
Nice.
groups, which is really nice. So that's super helpful. Like I said, if you have like multiple shows that you do and you just want to bring the one to the top that you need right now, like it's a very easy way to just get all your assets to the correct location.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I had a question
Sure.
just from using this myself. I'm assuming this is a no,
Mm-hmm.
but can you bring, like, if you wanted your camera feed to
Mm-hmm.
be in the same place as your other assets, is that
Mm-hmm.
possible?
Claire, I always hate letting you down, but
Oh, no.
but no, you can't at this time bring add your live sources, your cameras into your production
Gotcha.
groups like this. But what you can do, I don't know if you saw this. Wait, maybe it went away. Oh no, it's right here. So I do have a card that has like a camera as the background.
Oh, yes.
As like one of the assets here, and that you can bring into different production groups. So if you had like something with like your logo and whatever whatever one of the card options you select and has a camera in the background, you can put those into production groups, which is super helpful. But just the live sources themselves, the cameras themselves, you can't do that.
Gotcha. Well, I guess also it's nice to have that all at the top in one place where you know where to access it.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Sometimes that's nice to have that feature too.
Yeah.
And then I guess one of the last things, again, this is probably a me thing, but just thinking would make things easier. With a production group, can you duplicate a whole production group?
That's a great
Or is
question.
that something that we haven't gotten yet?
Yeah.
Another ask.
It's a very good ask, Claire. That is not an option at this time.
Darn.
But I like that suggestion. You should definitely put in a feature request. I like that.
Oh, I think I will. I don't know if our engineering team is going to be very happy with me after this.
I'm sure they will. Everyone loves you, Claire.
Coming back with notes. But yes, that would be super helpful. So, but
Cool.
That's good to know. Either way.
Yay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to, before I switch out of the scene, make sure you are following us over at Switcher Studio on all the things. You can hang out with Claire there. She posts the best content. And if you send messages through Facebook or whatever, like she would be happy to say hello to you, maybe pass you on to me if
Absolutely.
there are super technical questions. But this has been super fun.
Yes, thank you as always. It's so fun to hang out with you, Asia.
Yeah. Same to hang out with
I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday.
You too. I'll see you later, Claire.
Bye.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This is a great time. I'm so glad to just hang out with the Switcher community and share my bit of knowledge. I'm learning more every day. That would be my biggest like suggestion. Maybe I'll end the streams this way every time, but like the best way to discover new things about Switcher sometimes is just playing around with the app. So feel free to do that. I am available over at support@switcherstudio.com as well as our other team members, and we're happy to help you, and it would be our joy to help you explore Switcher to see all the things it can do for you and your production needs. But until next time, thanks so much for being here. I'll see you soon. Bye.